The last session, in the last
Okay.
session, we have done Send server installation and Send sender also we installed. Then we connected the Send server to this Send sender.
Correct. So let me quickly remind of the things like what we did earlier.
Yeah.
So as you can see, here is my domain controller,
Yeah.
and into the domain controller, what we did, we have configured ADDS for sure. We have configured DSCP as well, and from the DSCP scope, all the machines are getting IP address with the same DSCP scope. Okay, and apart from
Yeah.
that, we have DNS in our domain controller also. Correct. So
Yes.
coming to the ADDS, so let me open my Active Directory console, which is open here. So as you can see, so far I have added delivery controller and I have created one Win10 machine as well for our testing purpose, but this is not required in this session. So
Okay.
I will cover it up in upcoming sessions. Apart from that, here one machine is just is big fix, so we do not require this. So let me delete this for now. So now coming to the DSCP scope. So as you can see, our DDC is getting IP address, which is 10.56 from that particular DSCP scope, and Gen server 1, the IP address is 10.50. Okay. So in
Okay.
your
Okay.
environment for servers, we always used to prefer the static IP address, but in test lab, we can use DSCP scope for servers as well. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
So let's wait for this to power on properly. Apart from that, what we did in DDC earlier, so we have installed Citrix virtual apps and desktop in to this particular
We did.
machine and other core components like Citrix Director, then
Yeah.
Citrix Studio, and SQL Server was also there. So as you can see, SQL Server 2019 Express, which is prerequisites for the
Yeah.
database. Okay.
Okay.
So now in this session, what we have to do, we have to configure a site. Okay. So for the same, first we have to check the proper connectivity. Like, let me check. Okay, we are getting proper ping from delivery controller. Perfect. Gen server -01. Maybe it's not powered on, so that is there any spelling mistake? No. Let me try to ping it with the IP address 192. Sorry, 192.168.10.50. Okay, okay. With
So it was added to the we need to add to DNS, right?
right.
I think we have
So
done that last time.
yeah, but I have recreated the machine in
Yeah.
Indore actually,
Okay.
so
Fine.
that is the
Fine. Fine.
only
Okay.
reason. Okay, coming to the DNS, into the forward lookup zone, and new host entity here, gen server -01 192.168.10.50, and also you have to create a PTR record. Perfect. Add host. Now we can check.
Ping. Ping.
The server -01. Perfect. So this time we are
Perfect.
getting proper ping. It's still not booted. Let's wait. Okay. Anyway, now in this, what we have to do, we have to create a site, our first site from Citrix Studio.
Okay.
So we have three options here into the Citrix Studio console, like what we want to do. Like if we have to, the first option, as you can see, site setup. And if you want to deliver application and desktop to your end users, so for the same, we have to set up the site. And if you want any physical machine to be
Yeah.
remotely accessed by the end user, so in that case, what you can do, you can publish your physical machines as well to end users. correct? Just
Yes,
suppose
sir.
if you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
having any physical hardware and you want to publish that machine to end users, you can do that with the help of remote PC access. And third option is for scale up your deployment. So with the help of this thing, what we can do, we can connect our existing delivery controller uh, to the running one, okay, or to the
Okay.
new one.
The second option was it was good for like work from home and all, right? Like suddenly if the office is closed and we need to access our physical machine, we can use the
Mhm.
second option, right?
Right,
Like
but the second option has some limitations. Why? Because with the help of that option, what we will do, we will publish the physical machines only. Means if I'm talking about the physical machines, that means those machines are not power managed. Like if that particular machine goes down, so we need someone
yeah,
into the office premises to power it on, correct?
yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
So first option is always recommended. Why? Because all those machines will be hosted in our hypervisor. Okay, it is powered
Okay,
on now.
fine.
Okay. So those
Okay.
machines are actually power managed. Like you just have to log into the hypervisor and you can turn all the machines powered on. Correct.
Yeah.
So for like for small scale industries and those like who cannot afford the hypervisors, those are still using physical machines. But
Yeah.
in like big organization and MNCs, they always prefer to have hypervisors. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going with the first option for now. Why? Because we have to set up a site. We cannot connect this delivery controller to existing site. Why? Because we do not have any existing site so far. Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm going with the first option, and let's wait. In the meantime, let me check the resources. Like 23 GB of RAM, like 74% is utilized. CPU is 28%, which is fine. Okay, let's wait for it. Apart from that, what we did earlier, as I told you, like we have connected Gen Server 012 to our Gen Center application, basically, which is a GUI tool to manage the hypervisor. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
So let's wait for it. As you can see, the storage which we have added earlier. From here, you can get the memory status for that Gen Server 01 hypervisor. Into the general tab, you can see the license detail and other things. The port number is very, very important. Please do remember that port number. Version detail, you can see from here, whatever the version. Right now, we are using 8.2. Update, whatever the update applied earlier is visible here. Into the notification part, events, if like last time it was failed to connect, so you will get all those events listed here. Coming to the
Yeah.
update, so far there is no update. It is searching for the update. If any update is available for hypervisor, it will show here. So as you can see, we have multiple updates available, so we can easily push those updates to our hypervisor with the help of action, and you can directly select download and install. But those updates may require reboot. So as of now, we are not going to update our hypervisor. Correct. That we will update
Okay.
later.
Okay.
So coming to the this console, now it is asking for a site name. So site name, it could be your office name, it could be your location, it could be anything. It could be your name, business name, whatever it is. Okay. So in my case, I'm an Indore. So let me enter here Indore as my office. Okay. You can
Okay.
enter any. Simply click on next. So these are the database, like for logging purpose, monitoring purpose, and site purpose. We have three database, and those database will automatically get added into our SQL Express. And here, why we are getting localhost for SQL address as a path? Why? Because we have installed SQL Express in this local machine itself, correct?
Same machine. Yeah, yeah.
If your SQL server is different, in that case, what you have to do, you have to replace the localhost with the IP address. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a moment.
In the
Now,
normal production purposes, this SQL server will be in separate server, right?
right. For backup and redundancy. Correct.
Yeah.
So simply, as of now, simply click on next. It is validating the database. May take some time. So let's wait. So coming to the Gen Center here, what we can do, we have, okay, so basically hypervisor is used to create multiple virtual machines on a single hardware or multiple hardwares, correct?
Yes.
So for the same, what we have to do, just suppose just like as I'm creating virtual machines on VMware Workstation Pro, in a same way, what we have to do, I have go to the Gen Center. From here, right click, new virtual machine, and then I will get multiple predefined templates from here. Like just suppose if we have to install Windows Server 2019 as a virtual machine on our Gen Server 01, so we have some predefined template. So we can simply click on next, and multiple options are there that I will cover up later. But basically, hypervisor is used to host the virtual machines, correct?
Yes.
So here, as I told you, for licensing part, this port number is very important, correct? And as we
Yes.
have only 30 days trial license, which is fine for us for testing purpose. So if you have any existing key, you can use that license key to insert and allocate, correct? You will get one license file from Citrix and you can easily insert there. But as of now, we will continue with the trial one, okay?
Okay.
Simply click on next. Now it is asking to connect the hypervisor, correct? So what we have to do, we have to connect the hypervisor to this delivery controller. Why? Because after some time when our site will get set up, after that we will
Yeah.
use that console only, like Citrix Studio only, to create virtual machines, correct?
Okay.
We
Okay.
will use that console, but all those operations will be performing on our hypervisor, correct? Not on the console. So for that reason,
Okay.
we have to add the hypervisor. So in our case, hypervisor is http://
No. Okay.
then gen server -01 dot
01.
abc.com. So make sure you have to enter FQDN, that is fully qualified domain name.
Fully qualified domain name. Okay.
Either we can continue with the IP address, but it is always a good practice to go with the host name. Okay.
Okay.
Here I have to enter the username for hypervisor, which is root, and I have to enter the password for hypervisor, which I have created here, and I have to name this connection. Like for my understanding, I can enter it gen server 01 and simply click on next. Give me a moment. Okay, so now it is asking for storage management, correct? So as of now, we have given 100 GB of storage to our hypervisor, correct? So we have two options
Okay.
here, like either we can use local storage of hypervisor, which we have allocated.
Oh.
In our case, it is 100
Okay.
GB for now, or either we can use the shared storage, like the storage. like our SAN devices, correct?
Okay.
Or our like network storage devices, we can use those devices as well. But as of now, we do not have any SAN storage with us right now. So what we will do, we will use the local storage of hypervisor, correct?
Okay.
But in production, it is always preferred to use the shared storage,
Shared storage. Yeah.
correct? So over those shared storage, what we will do, we will create one folder for user and we will keep all the data to that shared storage only, correct?
Yes.
Simply click on next. Now it is asking for storage selection. What we have selected? We have selected the local storage on Gen server 01. So OS will be deployed on the local storage, and apart from that, all the temporary files will be also deployed on the local storage itself. Correct? Why? Because we do not have
Okay.
any network storage with us right now.
Yes.
Simply click on next. Now it is asking for network resources. So what I can enter here for identification, net Gen server -01. Just suppose why I have mentioned net Gen server 01. This is for identification purpose only. Just suppose in future you have to modify the network adapter for Gen server 01 only, correct? Because in production you will get more than hundreds of hypervisors listed, correct? In that case, you have to identify like which hypervisor you are modifying, correct? So this is for identification purpose only. Like anyone in your team can easily identify like which network resources have to be modified or what if any changes is required, you can easily identify the thing, correct?
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Simply click on next. App pre-publishing, we do not require this feature for now. Simply click on next. So this is a summary what we have selected. I have explained each and everything like database
Yes.
monitoring, each and everything. Simply click
Yeah.
on finish. So now what it will do, it will create a site as per the options what we have selected. Okay.
Yes.
So parallelly, what I can do for you, like go back to the Jan server
Now,
01.
now we have selected the Zen server local storage. If
Hmm.
later we need the SAN storage or something, we can change it, right?
Yeah, we can add it. We can add it. That I will show you how
Okay.
to add. So let me in a parallelly, what we can do, we can create one virtual machine on hypervisor. So for the same, let me try to create one ISO storage first. Why? Because we need some ISO media to install operating system, correct? So here is the ISO files I have, and let me check the properties into the sharing. This is shared already. Okay. So in my local machine, I have to check the IP address 10.1. Okay. And what is the username for this local machine? How to get it? Root. Okay. So first we have to create one ISO library. ISO library is nothing. It is a kind of folder which contain all the ISO files. Correct? Because
Okay.
you
Okay. Yeah.
you cannot always use the CD and other stuff, correct, to install
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
virtual machine. So for the same, what I have to do, I have to create a new storage. And okay, from that portal you will be able to understand like if you have any network storage, you can select that ISKG and you can select on next, then again next, and whatever the option you can select. And here you have to mention the target host name or IP address of that ISKG or network storage. Got it?
Okay.
So there is a way, but as of now, we will go with the Windows file sharing. Why? Because I have shared one folder from Windows. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Simply click on next and let me name it to ISO library only. And I have to enter the path.
Your location.
it's 192.168.10 dot. Why I'm not going with the host name? Because it's my local machine where I have shared the folder, and it will not resolve the host name. Why? Because we are connecting it to the our virtual server. Okay. So
Okay.
let me enter ISO here.
No. ISO.
ISO.
Spelling is wrong.
Okay. So now what I have to do? I have to enter the local user credential of my local machine, not domain. Correct? Because I'm connecting the
To the
local
local
shared
machine.
folder. Yeah. Let's try. No, no. Unable to mount the directory specified. Why? 192.168.10.1. And what is the shared name of this folder? ISO is correct.
Actually, it's diff. Okay, yeah. ISO.
Okay. I thought I have entered wrong password here. Yeah, I have entered
Yeah.
the basic password that I was using for virtual machine, but my physical machine password is different. So here, what we did, we have added one ISO library. Okay. And
Yes.
into the storage, you will get all the ISO files which is available in that shared folder. Okay.
Okay,
That
fine.
we will use. Okay. So now we have got the ISO library. What I have to do, I have to create a new virtual machine. So from here, you can right click on new virtual machine, or either you can select from here as well. Okay.
Okay.
So here we are going to deploy Windows Server 2019 as a virtual machine. Simply click on next, and let me rename it to Win 2K19 hyphen base. So not base, you can consider it as a master. So what we are trying to do, we are creating one master image. Okay, with that master image we can create multiple templates or machine catalogs for end users. Okay,
Okay.
so simply click on next. Now it is asking for the ISO file, so we can select from here. As you can see, all those things are listed here, so select the server one. Simply click on next. So now while creating the virtual machine, it's automatically showing that we have only 8.1 GB RAM available on our hypervisor out of 10. Okay,
Yes.
so it is
10. Yeah.
fine. Simply click on next. So as we have only 8 GB available, so we can easily continue with 2 GB, or sorry, 3 GB, or let it be. Let's go with 2 GB itself. Okay, because we have to create multiple machines. So simply click on next. And from here you can select the CPUs, like virtual CPUs required. Okay, if you have to deploy
Yes.
any high-end machine, in that case you can increase the CPU count. Correct.
Okay.
Simply click on next. Now it is showing the location, like that particular machine will get installed on the local storage of Gen server 01. Okay, and the hard
Okay.
drive used, it will be 32 GB. Okay,
Okay, fine.
and is it shared storage? No. Why? Because we are using the local storage. Correct.
Local. Yeah. Yeah.
Simply click on next. That is a network adapter. And here is a summary. Simply click on create now. So as you can see here, it's creating the machine. And here we have got this machine. Just click on the console. Wait for it. So this is a simple installation. How we install other operating system. Correct. Nothing
Yes.
complicated in that.
Name. Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, go back to the TDC. And okay, so our site has been configured now. Correct. So
Yes.
this is the first time that we have created a site. Okay, so if you click on the test site configuration, it will test somewhere around 200 connections, and if any warning or any fail test will be there, it will prompt you, because sometimes it happens like our users will not be able to access the virtual machine. In that case, the basic things that we have to do, we have to test our site. Correct. If you
Yes.
get any failed or warnings, then you have to work on those warnings accordingly, whatever the error code. Correct.
Yes.
So it will take some time to test up the things. In the meantime, give me a moment. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a basic installation. So simply click on next, install now. And in the meantime, as you can see here, our 230 tests are already passed. So here we are going to deploy Windows Server 2019 standard with desktop experience. Simply click on next. And I accept the license, advanced. This is the space, which is
Okay.
32 GB. Simply apply. And we are good to go. Click on next. So this is the basic installation, and it will take somewhere around 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the time. Correct.
Yes.
So apart from that, okay, our 236 test already passed. So let's wait for it. Actually, what I'm doing here right now, I'm covering up two things together. First, we are creating the site, and parallelly we are creating virtual machines on our hypervisor. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's wait for it.
See, there is, if there is like we need
Mm-hmm.
to have 100 virtual machines or 500 virtual machines,
Mm-hmm.
that we are creating a master image here and
From the master
creating.
image, you can create thousands of machine in a single click. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
that I will show you. But okay, so we have multiple things like after this we have to create the machine catalogs. Okay, so as our master image is not ready yet. Okay, so I will show
Okay.
you how to create the machine catalog. So delivery groups, applications, policies, each and everything I will cover. So let's take a break for 20 minutes. In between,
Okay.
it will
Fine.
get completed. Okay, then I
Okay.
will
So
ping you. Okay,
no problem. Okay.
okay, buddy.
So now it is
Mhm.
12:30 here. So that is 2 o'clock there, right?
Yes.
So by 2:30 I will be back. Okay.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, bye.
Okay. Thank you very much.